gives you a considerable advantage when evaluating information. When you know a subject is guilty, it allows you to exclusively look for guilty behavior. The knowledge of outcome highlights the imperatives while stripping away non-essentials, and this allows you to calculate certain things that would otherwise be overlooked by cause of your own doubt. Hindsight is 20/20. Everyone is well aware of this aphorism, and what's fascinating is that it not only applies, but is far more compatible to the innocent than it is to the guilty. The reason for this is because the information you have to scrutinize is reduced when dealing with innocent subjects. When you remove the versatile factors of misdirection and trickery, you're left with relatively straightforward behavior in comparison. Of course, the argument that everyone is different and can react in a different manner has merit. Human beings are unique, and there will always be exceptions to every rule, especially when you take into consideration that trauma can cause atypical behavior. Yet, atypical behavior and guilty behavior are generally distinguished from each other with relative ease. And that brings us to example number 1. 37-year-old Michael Dixon, described by his peers as popular, friendly, but also unassuming and reserved. A self-professed introvert who turned down a job as a trade show presenter due to his fear of public speaking, and kept his position as a trade show assembler instead. On August 15, 2003, in Hamilton, Ontario, police were called to report a man breaking into a jewelry store. 2 officers responded and chased the perpetrator from the store down an alley before momentarily losing sight of them. At the same time, Michael Dixon was getting off a bus nearby coming home from work. He was the first person the police saw when coming out of the alley and was then arrested at gunpoint. Dixon voiced his innocence but didn't resist arrest and stated he would help in any way he could. He was taken to the Hamilton police station and questioned 2 hours after his arrest.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Michael. It's okay.
One could advocate this as a common policing misstep if it weren't for the suspect being described as a small white man in the 911 call. As well as not being white, Dixon is 6'3". This detective has either forgotten standard procedure to review the call to dispatch, or for some reason decided to reject it as evidence altogether. Michael is informed the room is being recorded and then read his rights. He asserts he is willing to speak with a detective and help with the investigation.
Okay, why we're here is because earlier tonight you were arrested for breaking into a jewelry store on John Street South. Now, your innocence and guilt in this, quite frankly, isn't an issue. The evidence I have is frankly conclusive and overwhelming. Okay? So I'm not even going to ask you if you did it. What I have to ascertain here is what kind of guy you are.
The subject maintains a forward-leaning posture and keeps his eyes both in contact and on the same level as the detective's. He displays self-confidence and poise, while it's the detective, in fact, who gives off a nervous disposition. What Michael just did is known as a non-verbal challenge in forensic psychology. So let's break it down into components. In the next moment, the detective will shift in his seat to adjust his position, and at the same time break eye contact to look somewhere in this direction. Michael's exaggerated head movement that follows isn't for the purpose of maintaining eye contact. He could maintain it while keeping his head perfectly still. It is in fact to let the detective know he is maintaining eye contact. It's a way of asserting dominance in the exchange. He is telling the detective that he is the more confident person in the room at that moment.
What I have to ascertain here is what kind of guy you are. Okay. Whether this is you're like a serial burglar and this is what you're doing all the time, or whether this is a one-off thing because of the power cut and everything that's going on tonight. That's all we're here for.
Okay, I understand your position. Like I say here, I didn't do it, and you've heard that a million times, I'm sure, in your career. But it's just, ask me questions. That's all I can do is answer them, I guess.
I've got no questions to ask you. I mean, why did you do it? That's basically, that's my only question.
But coming from that position, and since I'm saying I didn't do it, I really don't have an answer for you except to say I didn't do it.
I guess we haven't really got a
really.
A great amount of talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, it's like I said, whether you did it or not isn't up for the discussion.
Okay, well.
It's really not.
You've no doubt come to notice how incredibly tolerant Michael is over the unjustness of the situation. It's the most unusual thing about his behavior, and perhaps what makes him an anomaly with respect to innocent subjects. So before moving on to the second phase of this interrogation, we'll show you a more common response from an innocent subject facing similar charges. This is 26-year-old Justin, falsely accused of breaking and entering, first-degree theft, and assault. He was arrested at his home and only read his rights to silence on the way to the police station. The footage will begin before the subject knows what exactly he is being charged with. In his mind, he knows he has done nothing wrong, and at this point is unaware he is about to be wrongfully imprisoned for just over 2 years.
Alright, Justin, get that form. You know what I read you earlier? The 19th of February. 2 days ago, so it'll be Tuesday. Alright, about 5, 6 in the morning. Where were you at then?
I was at my mother's house. You call her and ask her. I was downstairs asleep.
Did she know you were asleep at that time?
Yeah.
He doesn't see the interrogators as a threat, but more of an inconvenience. His responses are short and concise. He does not seek approval. He only responds to a question or states a point.
I mean, did she see you sleeping at that time?
Yeah, I don't ever leave. If I ain't doing nothing, I stay at my mother's house. So I'm not working, I'm at home.
Mm-hmm. You didn't go to Labor Ready that day or nothing looking for a job, yeah. Okay. That morning, house got broken into.
Okay.
The detective's strategy is to reveal the charges in a periodic manner. Getting a confession to one charge at a time is far easier than gaining admission to all of them at once. The plan is to reveal the break-in and robbery charge first, then reveal the assault at a later stage. The detective goes on to explain that the accuser named Candy said she saw him loitering around her house in the evening hours of the night, and a short time later witnessed him break in and steal a multitude of valuable items. The detective then explains that she picked him out of a 12-picture lineup of suspects.
She says you broke in this apartment. Okay, well tell me why.
Justin is now aware of the burglary charge, which holds a possible 20-year prison sentence due to previous convictions. He will now begin to forcefully assert his innocence, and each time he does so, will bring forward his posture and strengthen his vocal emphasis while making the assertion.
Alright, so I mean, she's saying that I was there before? Is that what she's saying? She's saying she's seen my face before the break-in happened?
Yep.
Because I didn't break in her house. I don't know who she is. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know no girl named Candy. None of that shit, man.
Why is she saying that you're...
I don't know why she's saying I don't know why I don't know.
What were you doing there?
I was not there. I don't know this girl Candy. The only Candy that I even heard of is this guy I know named Tim Stahl dates her.
The person he just mentioned was the accuser's ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
That's it.
How do you know Tim Stoll?
I grew up with the dude, man.
The accuser's testimony was later picked apart in court. She was caught lying on the stand multiple times, and Justin was exonerated. He was proven innocent not just beyond all reasonable doubt, but essentially beyond all doubt.
The last thing I heard about them two, she had him arrested for domestic violence. That's all I know about this girl Candy. I ain't never went in that girl's house, none of that shit. I didn't do that shit. I didn't. As God is my fucking witness, I did not do it. I used to be a piece of shit. When I got out of the fucking penitentiary, I told myself I wasn't going back. I ain't done nothing but work my fucking ass off the entire time I've been out.
Can you prove, other than you saying you did not, is it that morning, what can you tell, how can you prove to me that you were at home?
All you gotta do is call and ask my mother.
So you're telling me you didn't step foot out of the house
Not 1 foot.
Tuesday?
Not one.
The detective then goes on to reveal Justin is accused of assaulting the supposed victim during the robbery.
Take a vanity mirror and you hit her over the head with it and you guys fight.
But she got injuries.
No, man. Hell no, man. Get her goddamn boyfriend, Tim Stone, in here and question him about her goddamn injuries. Look at that straight right there. This sounds like it's a goddamn thing that fucking her boyfriend, Tim Stone, done fucking done something to her, and now they're trying to put it on me. I know that's what the fuck this is.
And look, that's why we're talking to you, okay?
No, this is bullshit, man, because I've tried everything in my fucking power to stay the fuck out of this goddamn fucking penitentiary shit. I did not do that shit, man.
Okay. That's what we're talking to. We're here to investigate this, okay? That's why we're asking you all these questions.
I'm sorry for freaking out, man, but I didn't fucking do this shit, man. I'm fucking shaking. I did not fucking do this, man.
Justin had already served 3 years in prison for a robbery in his early 20s. He more than likely knew the reassuring tone of the investigator wasn't a good sign. Although slightly more animated than the average person, this form of aggression is a commonplace response from the innocent being directly accused. He comes off aggressive, but in a defensive manner. He is not being hostile, but highly combative when professing his innocence. His conduct is totally justified considering the circumstance. When facing a considerable amount of time in prison for something you didn't do, this level of anger is warranted. So when compared to the forgiving composure of Michael Dixon, the extraordinary nature of his behavior becomes even more pronounced.
I really don't have an answer for you except to say I didn't do it.
I guess we haven't really got a great amount to talk about. Yeah, it's like I said, that whether you did it or not isn't up for the discussion.
Okay, well,
it's really not. There's a number of witnesses.
Great.
One of whom had a video camera.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, that's relieving. That's relieving, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
So view the video camera.
I have.
Okay.
That's why your guilt isn't in issue here.
That doesn't even make sense to me. Because if I'm on the video camera, that doesn't even make sense. You have a video camera that shows me?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It makes perfect sense to me.
We'll have to, I guess, I have no choice but to get a lawyer then, if this is the kind of thing you're going to go through with me.
This isn't going to go away. You're charged with breaking in. You will be charged tonight.
That. Okay.
You will be going to court in the morning.
Perhaps the most upsetting moment, considering the fact that we know this man is innocent. You can see the fear emerge in his eyes as he realizes he won't be going home after this interview.
Charged with breaking in with intent. Okay, that's what's going to happen right now.
He is noticeably afraid of what lies ahead, yet reacts to the situation with reasoning and intuitiveness.
Can I ask you something? Okay, are you just making this up that you have a video camera so you see how I react? Because it goes that if you're saying, okay, hear me out for a second, please. If I am guilty, as you believe, because you have me on video camera, then okay, we'll go through the procedure. But I'm saying, I'm trying to call your bluff here because since I know I didn't do it, there's no way I can be on the video camera.
Well, like I say, it's not a game of poker.
Okay, well,
I've got nothing to gain from that.
I'm not trying to give you a hard time, all right?
You know what? I've got nothing to gain from that either way. Which is why I'm not asking you, did you do it? I'm not trying to catch you out. I've got nothing to gain from that.
Getting a confession void of evidence is in fact excellent for an investigator's career. It's a mark of merit and can accelerate promotion. Michael continues to profess his innocence in a calm and composed manner for a further 7 minutes. The detective then asks that he draw out a map and specify his movements before the arrest. Every detail of his alibi was later proven to be 100% accurate.
Like I said, on the information that I've got, you're going to be charged tonight with breaking in.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do have a duty to make sure that the truth is, and basically the truth is paramount, and the true version of events is paramount. And I have a duty to investigate all of this, and I will investigate. I assure you, I'll investigate this story thoroughly, and hopefully, I'll be able to find something here, which will either prove or disprove, what we've discussed tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Problem is the speed at which this is going.
Yeah.
Like when I was on the ground, I was saying, go quickly to the terminal. I have like 6 or so guys around me. Like talk to the bus driver.
Right.
I
can't comment on things that happen in the scene, unfortunately. But now I'm
I'm left hanging, right?
Now I'm looking at this. I mean, this is basically on the evidence I've got. This is the only course of events that can take place right now. But I will certainly make sure that this is looked into thoroughly.
Okay,
I can give you my word on that. That's my duty. That's what I have to do.
Okay, I trust you will. I was just wondering, can I make a phone call? Because I'm supposed to be at work at 8 a.m.
You're not going to be able to be at work.
I know I'm not going to be able to, but I'd like to phone ahead.
I can arrange that you get the phone call to let someone know that you're not going to be at a place, yeah.
So I'm hanging out in that room till 10?
No, we'll be taking you downstairs to a larger custody facility which you have downstairs.
That's not so fun.
Well, it's not the most pleasant place in the world, but it's only for a few hours.
Okay.
Okay. From court tomorrow, what happens there? I don't know.
Okay, well...
And I will look into all of this.
I trust you will, yeah.
I will.
I trust you will.
I'll make sure we got the whole picture.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, thank you, I guess.
Okay. You're not in an enviable position, and,
I understand the process, I'm not satisfied with it. That's what I'm saying,
and I don't expect that you're going to be happy with it.
And I'm thinking, no disrespect to you, but I know someone sitting in this chair has probably lied to you a million times, right? So I'm thinking, what can I do to convince you? I tried to give you the information.
You've been very good with me, and I try and treat everybody as an individual.
Okay.
And my main aim is two things: is that you get your rights that you're entitled to under the Constitution of Canada, and that you're treated decently, and that the truth comes out.
The truth eventually did come out, but the suspect wasn't treated decently. He was kept in jail for 3.5 days before a separate investigator looked into his alibi witnesses and checked surveillance of the area in question. He was then exonerated immediately. A civil trial ensued, and Michael was awarded $46,000 in punitive damages. The interrogating officer and 3 other investigators
hand over an ID. It's not that hard for me to go about my day.
Is he refusing to ID? Yeah. Okay, bud, this is an intoxicated subject call. You're going to be arrested for failure to ID. Listen to me.
You don't have any other arrestable charge, no disorderly conduct, anything like that? No, sir. Okay. All right. Release him.
Looking back now, I screwed up. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and lie about it. I'm not going to cover it up. I made a mistake and I recognize that. Do you feel like the force you used was justified based on his resistance? At the time, yes. Now, no. You don't think so? No. Just because I'm a senior officer doesn't mean I don't make mistakes.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. Today's story was submitted by Not Texas Sheepdog 88. We will refer to as Jack for the duration of this video. When this story first broke, it went viral on almost every channel. I decided to wait for more developments, and while this case is far from over, plenty has happened since the incident occurred. We'll start with the 911 call. October 5th, 2020. The San Angelo Police Department dispatch received a 911 call reporting an intoxicated man harassing people in the parking lot of a local Walmart.
I'm pretty sure he's on drugs though, and he's got a kid in the car, and he was, harassing people in the parking lot. He's white, about 5'9", curly brown hair, just a regular t-shirt and jeans.
The description was for a white, 5'9" man with curly brown hair, wearing a t-shirt and jeans. Jack was wearing gray pajama pants and is only 5'6" tall. The defendants arrive on scene and locate the reported vehicle. It is worth mentioning that security is unaware of this situation. So far, the entire incident is based on a single phone call to 911.
Apparently 5'9" male with brown curly hair with a 3-year-old. Mayberry's in the store looking around. Okay. I'll hang out at the vehicle if you want to go in. Okay. Security here doesn't have anything on him.
Nobody in the store has seen him or even know what he really looks like. You
didn't see a guy with a 3-year-old in there?
I'll go back in.
All right.
But, nobody in the store was really helpful.
The defendants split up to look for their suspect. Weber utters a statement that would prove to be untrue just moments later.
If they hadn't done anything wrong, they got nothing to worry about.
Less than 2 minutes later, defendant Mayberry locates Jack and begins asking him questions.
Excuse me. Hey man, can I talk to you for a minute? Y'all can go on through. Have you been talking to anybody around here? Talking to
Oh, we've got calls that someone's out here harassing people, and they may be drunk. You haven't had anything to drink tonight? Nothing like that? Nothing?
You blowing your face?
No, I'm good. So you haven't had anything to drink today, nothing like that? You just getting off work or something?
No. Left home, came to the grocery store.
Okay.
What's your name, bro? Huh? What's your name? Jack. Huh?
Jack?
Jack?
Jack what?
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, it does.
It does matter. You got to use that to put on like verify who you are?
No.
You have any idea on that?
I do, but I don't have to get an ID.
At this point, Jack has told the officers his first name and is now refusing to provide his identification to the officers. Texas Penal Code 3802 covers failure to identify, which makes it a criminal offense if someone refuses to identify to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person. Failure to identify is a secondary charge. Since Jack was not arrested at the time, he had no duty to provide even his first name to the defendants. Jack even attempted to explain 3802 to them, but their inadequate education of this very basic penal code caused what happens next.
I don't think you understand what this is. This is not, you can tell us what is what. So.
What's your name?
You're saying I have to give my name just look, we're not trying to hang you up or anything. We're trying to make sense of what's going on because someone's telling us that someone is possibly driving drunk with a child in the car. They gave us your vehicle and a description of you.
You have a description of officer?
Just said that he had brown curly hair. That was it. Unknown description of. They gave us your vehicle and a description of you. Okay. So, I mean, you can either make this long, drawn out, and difficult, and keep your son out here with all your groceries. See what?
You see that I'm not drunk, right?
I don't know that. You mean all you did is tell me that?
Well, okay, I think.
Okay. Well, we're trying to verify who you are, and you're making that difficult. It's not that hard to just hand over an ID.
It's not that hard for me to go about my day. I haven't even drinking or doing anything, but I mean, tell me I'm forced to ID myself. That's bullshit.
Proof of your ID, just to verify who you are.
What good is it going to do? What good is it going to do to verify who I am? Because sometimes people like to tell people like level code. Okay?
Truly, I want to verify who you are. Go back to your day, go about our day, and we'll be done. That easy, that simple, man. My partner's explained everything to you.
Okay. And y'all want to ID?
Is he refusing to ID?
Yeah.
Okay, bud. This is an intoxicated subject call. Okay. So, this is what's probably going to happen if it hasn't been explained to you already. Unless you identify yourself for this legal investigation, you're going to be arrested for failure to ID. Listen to me. And then we're going to call CPS to come pick up your kid.
Okay, so now you're threatening
So,
to take my kid.
what's your ID?
You're threatening to take my kid.
What's your identification?
What's your name, dude?
Can I talk? I mean, y'all work.
You have one thing to respond with right now, and that's to identify yourself.
I didn't tell you identify unless you didn't walk here. We just arrested. Go ahead. All right.
The three defendants move in to arrest Jack, pinning him up against the refrigerator and applying pain compliance techniques to his arms and neck, pushing his throat against the corner of the refrigerator. One of the Walmart employees picks up Jack's son and brings him into the security office. Jack is unlawfully searched and is taken outside and is put into a police cruiser.
I'm gonna walk him out.
Oh.
Okay, baby. Walk with me, please.
Not right now.
Daddy's okay. He's just gonna talk to them. Mama's at her house, I guess.
She is.
Did y'all talk? She's coming?
I don't know. We haven't found that out yet.
Okay. I was just trying to calm the baby.
Come over here.
All right, over here.
Duncan, are you on the phone?
Can I call mom to get my stuff?
You on the phone?
We'll deal with that in a little bit.
How deal with that in a little bit? He's
Have a
three.
seat. Have a seat.
Do you guys want to do anything with this guy?
What was he doing?
Well, we got a call for an intoxicated driver with a 3-year-old in the vehicle, and they determined that was that guy.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry, I'm sorry.
So you want to
he refused to ID, then he resisted.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot we can do here.
Oh, it's up to you. Just giving you the.
Yeah, no, I mean, it'll be okay.
Okay.
Eventually, Sergeant Holt arrives on scene and educates his officer of their grave mistake.
So he was arrested for... He was arrested. He was advised he was being placed under arrest for failure ID. But we went to put him in a box. He started resisting it.
While he was detained.
Yes, sir. We never told him he was detained. We were just trying to make as quick as payments as we could. Try and get this over with.
But so he's actually arrested. He's not required to get detained. He doesn't have to arrest him for something else, right? Is he intoxicated?
No. Well, we're trying to talk to him. Officer Weber came in, explained to him. Officer Weber explained to him, we're conducting intoxicated person investigation.
How are you doing?
Good, ma'am. How are you? Explained to Officer Weber what's going on. He's refusing to identify. Yes, he is. At that point, he's like, well, if he's not going to tell us, this is what's going to happen. So you identify yourself, or you're looking at being arrested. Okay. At that point is when he refused again, he went ahead and went hands on, put him in custody.
However, until he's actually arrested for an offense, he doesn't have to do it. So if he did not have something other than failed ID, then you don't have that.
Okay.
You don't have any other arrestable charge, no disorderly conduct, anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Release him. Okay. Explain to him that there was a mistake in understanding of the law.
Okay.
And that he's free to go. However, it is best when asked by a police officer who he is, to give his name. Okay. No, it's not required. It's always best to just give your name if you've been told you've been lawfully detained. Okay.
Sergeant Holt orders the release of Jack and his son is returned to him. Defendant Francis releases Jack and continues to disrespect him. And despite having 3802 just recently explained to him, Defendant Francis still doesn't understand it.
Relax. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to slam you. Okay? Just let me look at your wrists. Okay? That's all I'm doing. Turn your head. These yours or mine?
They're mine.
Yours? Alright. Mr. Miller, after talking with our sergeant, you got every step by the way. You have a misunderstanding and interpretation of the law.
I'll try to.
Okay. You let me finish, please.
Well, I'll try to explain. I need to get back to my son.
Okay, your son is fixing to come out with my office.
Okay, well,
what's going to happen is that...
Is there anything I have to do from here on?
No, I was going to let you know there's going to be a report and document everything, sir. You're free.
I know I'm free to go.
Here you go. I apologize.
What happened?
Talked to Holt, explained to Holt everything. Holt said it's not going to be good. He said unless they're lawfully detained. We never told him he was detained. We just explained to him we were investigating the intoxicated subject call and all that. They asked for original information. Holt said it's not going to be good. He said the failed ID's not going to fit. All three of us looked over it, read over it. Doesn't fit. Holt said to release him.
Is he intoxicated?
I didn't smell anything on it. Unless there's something I missed that you caught,
Just his speech, his manner of speech.
No.
It came across to me that he was I thought you guys had already made that determination.
No, we haven't gone that far. So everybody is, we'll write a report. I guess we'll,
oh yeah.
One of us initial, the other one suck. How are we going to figure it out?
It happens.
got your own squad.
Oh.
What are you in?
Just let's try to make sure.
Look, I thought for sure he was detained for a PI.
He may be detained, but until he's actually under arrest, he doesn't have to give a name, date of birth, anything. Okay. But he also can't, while he's detained, he can't give a false name.
Right.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
There's been confusion about failed ID as long as I've been here. I've seen people charged with failed ID on a consensual contact. There's no such thing.
There is no such thing because there should be no such thing. Why officers still think they should be able to demand a free man's papers during a consensual contact is bewildering. When the department released a statement about the incident on Facebook, they released the bodycam footage with it and failed to redact Jack's full name, address, date of birth, driver's license number, as well as his mother's name and phone number. The post was removed 36 hours later, but considering that this entire encounter was over Jack flexing his Fourth Amendment right not to identify, it's fairly interesting that once the department knew who he was, they dox him. It's unclear whether or not it was intentional or malicious. Jack filed an official complaint against the officers involved. Defendant Francis and Weber were assigned the maximum of up to 15 unpaid extra duty days in lieu of a suspension for a violation of 3802 and conduct unbecoming of an officer. The videos of the investigation carried out by the Professional Standards Division were recently made available. Defendant Francis admits to a misapplication of the law, resulting in an unlawful arrest. He assures the investigators that he has now brushed up on 3802, but then fails miserably when voicing his interpretation of it.
I'm looking back at now, I'm probably looking at it as a consensual. Is probably more, we were probably handling more as a detainment at that time. It should have been just handled as consensual and we should have been done with it.
So he was being detained?
Yes, sir.
And refusing to identify himself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At that time, what was your understanding of the law pertaining to being detained and refusing to ID yourself?
I was looking at the charge of failed ID.
Based on
him not giving us the information who he was.
Because like I said, what was your understanding? You felt like somebody being detained had to give you their name?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you've since
I've re-educated myself, talked to Sergeant Gallardo, the next day me and him sat there for, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I can't give an exact time frame, but he sat there and me and him looked at it and we talked about it, explained it to me. I've looked at it since then also just to keep myself refreshed and stuff like that.
So a person being detained, what's the law say? What's the penal code say about giving their name?
If it's a lawful detainment, then yes, they have to identify themselves to us.
If it's a lawful detention?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What's your understanding, just so I'm clear, just what is your understanding if you have somebody detained and they don't want to give you the name?
If they don't want to give his name at that point, that's when I would go to effect arrest. But
And you spent time reviewing that law since then?
I haven't looked at it recently. I looked at it the first few days and weeks after it.
Well, that would be not correct. You could not force someone to give a name unless they're arrested.
Okay.
And that's the kind of the heart of this is that if they're detained and they give a false name, then you can arrest them for failure to identify. If they are lawfully detained and they provide false information, but if they just don't tell you the name, then they have to be arrested for another offense.
Okay. Then I need to reread again and correct myself. Yeah. Looking back now, I screwed up. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and lie about it. I'm not going to cover it up. Yeah. I made a mistake and I recognize that.
Do you feel like the force you used was justified based on his resistance?
At the time, yes. Now, no.
You don't think so?
No.
The full interview can be found on Jack's channel. Officer Weber and Mayberry's interviews and the arrest are also available in the links below. Jack went on to file a lawsuit against the 3 officers for his unlawful arrest and a violation of his 4th Amendment rights. It is still an active lawsuit and may take some time to settle or litigate, but I will keep you informed as I receive details. Jack is pretty good about keeping his audience informed on the case on his channel. If you end up over there, be sure to let him know that I sent you. Thanks for watching. If you have a video you'd like me to review, email it or send it in via Facebook Messenger. You can also view this and other content on my website. If you're new here, subscribe for future content. If you've been around for a while, remember to like, share, and comment down below of what you think of this interaction. Shirts and other goodies are available at the Teespring store linked below. Channel memberships start at just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel and get a slick lack logo next to your name. I'll see you in the next video. All links are down below.
Felony warrants out for his arrest for firearm possession, stalking, and more. What the officers don't know is that things are about to get much, much worse.
Driver, roll that window down. Driver in a red Chevy. Roll the driver's side window down. Put both hands out the window. Put both hands out the window now. Far out. Put both hands out the window. Put your hands out. Driver. Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window, driver.
Last chance, driver. Open the door. With one hand, open the door. I got it. I got it.
Step out. Hands on top of your head.
Don't reach. Put your hands on top of your head. Walk away from the car. Sidestep. Hands on top of your head. Step. Now, backwards. To the sound of my voice. Stop. Lift up your shirt with one hand. Left or right, you pick. Lift up your shirt so I can see your waistband. Lift up your shirt with one hand and show me your waistband. Stop right there. Lift up your waistband, your shirt, so I can see your waistband. Lift up your shirt so I can see your waistband. What? Brian, come over here. I'm gonna bring him back here. Want to walk back? Walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Don't move.
At this moment, this officer finds a firearm in the suspect's waistband.
Gun!
Is there anybody else in the car?
No. Anything else on you?
No. It's not real.
It's not real?
No.
You gonna get shot over a fake gun?
If I pull it up, it's gonna shoot me.
Yeah.
You was?
You would have put that in your hand?
No, I'm saying if I would have.
Oh, if I just seen it? Like
I'm
this?
saying if I would have just pulled it off regularly, normally just pulled it off, would you have shot me?
No, not unless you point a gun at me.
Oh.
I'm not into killing people, man. I love people. What's your name, brother? Michael.
While the suspect may be compliant now, things are about to take a big turn for the worse.
Follow me, Michael.
What's the problem, sir?
Have a seat, brother, before things get bad.
I'm just asking y'all, what's the problem?
I'll tell you in a minute. Stick your feet in there. I'm gonna close the door. Michael, you got a warrant out of Wisconsin that you know about, right?
No, I don't got no warrant out in Wisconsin.
Yes, you do. Put your feet in there. Put your feet in there.
I don't have no warrant out in Wisconsin,
Michael,
sir.
Put your feet in there. I'm going to ask you one more time, really nicely, and then we're going to drag you into this back seat. Okay?
I don't have no warrant out in Wisconsin,
Michael,
sir.
Pull your feet into that car.
That's it.
I saw him when he come out. He started adjusting
Yeah.
the shirt.
Let me get your body cam. For what? I'm gonna go through the car.
Oh.
Give me like 5 minutes. Just toss it real quick. Just initial. Make sure there's nothing crazy. What's going on?
What he got his hand pulled around, took his shoes off and everything.
What you doing, dude?
Huh?
What are you doing?
What do you mean, huh? I got asthma, you know, trying to bring him out. Man.
Huh?
I'm chief, man. I want to supply y'all, man. Not doing nothing wrong.
Yeah, you did. Just tried to escape.
No, I didn't.
Dude, what are you doing?
I'm not doing nothing. This shit was uncomfortable, man. What the f?
It's gonna get worse in a second. Don't kick.
I'm just asking y'all, put it towards the front down.
O2, come get another unit over to this location. Dude, stop. My finger, stop doing that. My finger's caught, dude. Stop.
Be gentle, be gentle.
What are you trying to do?
Man, I'll give y'all $4,000, man. Everything in my pocket, please. Just take my cash and just go. Please.
Ain't gonna work.
Take my cash and go, man. What, man? What the f*** you trying to do? I'm not trying to do nothing.
Come on, you're breaking my arm.
Stop fighting, dude. What are you doing? Can I get on your stomach? You broke my ear. Stop fighting. You understand? Come on, man. My arm is broke. You keep fighting with us.
Alright, everybody hold still. Hold still.
You got a taser to your back. You get stupid with us and keep fighting, you're gonna get tased. You understand that?
Stay there. I don't got no mental issues, man.
He had mental issues. Don't hurt my family, man.
Come on, man. Y'all know the
Please,
truth.
he had mental issues. He had mental issues. Please, man.
He tried to slip out and...
No, he had mental issues.
Get him uncuffed. Somebody cuff him back.
Okay, relax. Relax, okay? Hey, let me get your cuff off, okay? And then we're going to take your hand behind your back and we're going to cuff you the proper way, okay? If you resist or try... No, I'm telling you now, if you resist, you're going to get tased. Relax your arms. I got to get this cuff off, okay? Can you bring your arm forward a little bit?
Come on, I got $4,000 in my pocket, please, man.
Okay, okay. Bribing us ain't going to help you.
Yeah, please just let me go.
Nope.
I didn't do anything wrong.
This arm's going behind your back.
Put it
This
behind
arm
your back.
first behind your back. Do it now.
Put it behind your back.
Do it now.
Put it behind your
Do it
back.
now. Stop. Okay, now this arm, relax it and bring it behind your back. Do it now. Do it now.
Here, switch.
Okay.
Oh, y'all on some real bullshit. Feet to your chest.
Keep your feet to your chest.
1, 2, 3.
All right, now sit tight.
Dude,
just relax.
Y'all looking at y'all real cheap. Y'all supposed to give me a 4 warning. Let me go, dude. I didn't do shit wrong.
Let's walk into the car.
Hold on. We're searching him before we put him back in there.
That's fine.
Separate your legs. Separate your legs.
I don't got nothing else on me, man.
All right, let's get all that shit out of there before he goes back in.
Go around, grab it. Go inside this car. Got him? Now, please give me a bond.
Nope.
Come on, man. It's a prank.
Put your foot up. Put your foot up.
I don't got nothing on my side.
Put it up.
I don't got nothing in my side.
Get in there.
Relax. You're good. Come on, relax.
What do you need to do now?
cooperate with us, just relax. Alright, I want you to count this real quick. I'm gonna put it in 1,
Trust me, bribing the police only adds to your problems. And we've been here frequently before, guys, watching the police interact with possible dangerous people and not knowing how the situation will turn out. And let me tell you, it's one thing to watch it, but it's entirely different when you're going through it in real time. And every time I conducted a pedestrian stop or a car stop, I would hope for the best, but I always prepared for the worst. And to be honest, whether I got into a struggle or was shot at, if I walked into my house at the end of my shift, I was a thankful man. So today we see the officer rolling up behind a red Chevy that's parked, and he immediately orders the driver to roll the window down. And I want you guys to notice how this officer's conducting this stop. This is called a felony car stop, because this male is an alleged wanted felon, so he can't walk up to this vehicle like any other car stop. The officer has to keep a safe distance while maintaining a clear view of the driver's hands and inside the vehicle if possible. He also has to give concise orders, keeping the occupants at gunpoint while making sure that he maintains cover and concealment. And officers are trained well on how to conduct felony car stops in the academy, and it's a stressful training. Now, this driver, in my opinion, is acting as if he doesn't understand the officer's clear instructions, because he is peeking out of the window, and it could be a language barrier, but I doubt it. Now, the driver does exit the vehicle, but notice how for a second we cannot see his left hand, and those car windows are heavily tinted, and this is why officers have to continue to give clear orders to prevent a tragic situation. Now, there is some confusion as to what the suspect was saying while he was walking towards the officers, but a gun was found in his waistband, and that's probably why the suspect paused briefly, and that's why these car stops have to be done according to your training and with the utmost precaution. Now, to be honest, guys, I almost got sidetracked when I saw all of those ramen noodles, but when officers go to check on Michael, that fast he almost got his cuffs in front of him. Typical criminal behavior. And I can't say this hasn't happened to me before. Only difference was someone attempted to bribe me $20. Needless to say, I would never accept any bribe. Michael actually attempted to bribe these officers $4,000. And then as he begins to struggle and fight these officers, all of them end up on the ground. And they almost had to tase him to get him back in cuffs again. But in the end, the suspect likely caused some injuries to an officer during all of this. And to keep you guys aware, in the state of Wisconsin, you can possibly be charged with a felony if you bribe a public officer. So whether you do it to be funny or you do it seriously, it can come with some serious repercussions.
The officer proceeded to count out $4,000 worth of $100 bills, meaning the suspect wasn't lying when he was attempting to bribe the officers. This suspect's original warrant was for possession of body armor by a convicted felon, possession of a firearm while convicted of an out-of-state felony, failure to comply, resisting, obstructing, disorderly conduct, and stalking while previously convicted of a violent crime. During this incident, he caused multiple injuries to an officer, including bruising and swelling to his right wrist, radiating pain and stiffness in his right shoulder, and stiffness in his neck and lower back. The charges for this incident are bribery, aggravated assault, and resisting arrest. Court records indicate the charges were dismissed on indictment, indicating his case may have been transferred.
Fort Lauderdale.
I guess just go home and I'll fly
There's
home
no
without
way
her.
I'm not going to go home without you.
But it turns out this was a case of mistaken identity.
Incompetent police officers in Broward County, Florida, arrested this 50-year-old mother of 3 grown children on a completely different woman's arrest warrant.
I'm going to jail?
Are you serious?
How did this happen, and why did she stay in jail for over 3 days?
It's for endangering a child.
I think you'll have the wrong person.
Endangering a child. My kids are grown.
You'll
They're
have
in college.
they're grown in
and 30
college
years
and moved
old.
away.
Tragically, Christmas morning, Jennifer woke up in jail. She wasn't given a chance to consult with an attorney, to review the warrant, the charges against her, or to speak to any judge. Fortunately, the Institute for Justice has taken up her case, filed a federal civil rights lawsuit.
And now she's suing the Broward Sheriff's Office and Broward County.
Police cannot overlook obvious evidence that they have the wrong person when making an arrest. 23 years younger, substantially shorter, had different color hair, different color eyes, different license, and different social security numbers.
But the cops are saying they did nothing wrong.
And no employee misconduct was found. The matter is now closed.
I mean, they were literally captured on video arresting the completely wrong person. How can they say they did nothing wrong? I'll tell you what happened and how you can help join this fight to hold this police department accountable. This is a nightmare story that any one of you could find yourselves in, that your mother, that your grandmother, that your daughter could find themselves in.
Definitely Christmas won't forget.
Have you noticed that everything requires subscriptions these days? Your TV, your phone, your computer, hell, even your house. I recently bought a new house and I realized two things. One, I had no idea the vast amount of money that I was wasting on subscriptions I didn't even know that I had, much less use. And secondly, I was doing a terrible job of just monitoring my own credit for mistakes. And that's why now I'm using Rocket Money, which is the sponsor of today's video. It's a personal finance app that helps you manage subscriptions, lower bills, build a custom budget, and basically grow your savings all in one place. It safely and securely identifies any recurring charges that you have, and it cancels unwanted subscriptions for you with basically just a few taps. Rocket Money will alert you to any important changes that impact your credit score. So if you want to save more money and spend less, join the over 5 million members now using Rocket Money. And I've got the hookup. Go to rocketmoney.com/civil or click the link in the description below to get started for free. Thanks again to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back into it. This is Jennifer Heath Box. She lives in Richmond, Texas with her husband, Kyle Box. She has 3 adult children and they're all out of the house. In January of 2022, her brother Mark was diagnosed with cancer for a second time. Once doctors confirmed that his treatment was successful and that he was fit to travel, Mark invited Jennifer and her husband Kyle on a cruise to celebrate his health and other milestones that had passed while he was in treatment. Jennifer was elated to have this time with her husband and her brother's family, after which she planned to promptly return home to Texas over the Christmas holidays so that she could spend that time with her children. It was going to be the last time for at least 3 years that she would have all of her children together because her son Joshua had just completed his training with the Marines and he was set to be deployed to Japan for 3 years, beginning December 27th. But unbeknownst to Jennifer, while she and her family were enjoying this celebratory cruise, the Broward County Sheriff's Office in Florida was planning to arrest her for someone else's crime. When Jennifer's cruise ship arrived back at Port Everglades, Florida, early on the morning of Christmas Eve, she and her family began to disembark. Several Broward Sheriff's Office officers, with the help of U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, were waiting to arrest her before she could even get off the ship.
When I was disembarking, I went and scanned my photo ID, and at that point in time, it just rang for security. And so they had me step aside, and then at that point in time, we noticed that police were coming on to surround me and my husband.
I'm going to jail? If we verify.
Are you serious?
If we verify.
When Jennifer asked why she was being detained, deputies told her that it was for a warrant. She asked what the warrant was for. Broward Sheriff's Deputy Peraza responded that it was from Harris County, Texas, for endangering a child, specifically for endangering a dependent child under the age of 15.
I have no transportation.
I just don't understand why I'm getting arrested.
We just told you it's for a warrant.
A warrant for what?
Yeah, could you do that?
Yeah, we wrote it now.
It has to be verified. It's still anything.
Still not verified, but I mean,
So-
if we're already at this point. It's for endangering a child.
Now, this didn't make sense because Jennifer had no minor children. She had never been arrested before. She's never had any real outstanding warrants. Her husband Kyle immediately said, "I think you have the wrong person."
I think you'll have the wrong person.
But Deputy Jean responded, "That's why we verify."
Endangering a child.
Well, that's why we verify.
That's why we're going to verify it.
That's why we
Just have
verify.
to verify
It's
it
okay.
there.
But Deputy Peraza, as you'll see, had already made up his mind to arrest Jennifer, stating, "We have to verify, but we're already at this point, so..."
Still not verified, but I mean,
So-
if we're already at this point.
Deputy Peraza then asked Jennifer her age. She told him her date of birth, which was from the year 1974.
January 28th, 74.
Jennifer telling Deputy Peraza her birth date should have been a giant red flag. The person he had the warrant for was somebody nearly half Jennifer's age. Jennifer handed officers her driver's license and also her passport, both of which contained plenty of information to alert the officers that they had the wrong person. As Jennifer pointed out to the officers, it was impossible that the warrant was for her because her children were grown and in college.
Endangering a child. What child did I endanger?
You have a child?
My kids are grown. They're in college.
They're grown in
30
college
years
and moved
old.
away.
Like I said, that's why we
Is
verify.
this something that's out of Florida?
know this is not right. You got 110%.
I don't know what child.
This is absolutely.
My kids are grown.
Go ahead and do what I just saw, what I had mentioned to you, give them everything. Let me have the phone. Hold on to the phone. So these are the only two things we're going to bring with us. Go ahead and give them the wallet, the purse. Don't take the jewelry off if you want. If you have any necklaces, earrings, go ahead and take that off your belt. Take that off.
Make sure you tell him where you put all the
My
valuables.
jewelry's all in here. Passport, do I need this?
No, no.
Do you have any piercings?
No. I guess just go home and I'll fly
There's
home.
no way I'm not going to go home without you.
Where's home?
Houston.
Texas, Houston.
To go see our kids.
That's where the warrant is out of, so you're going there.
I don't know what kid I endangered. I have
She has a necklace?
Just looking at Jennifer should have caused any reasonable officer on the scene to realize that she was not the person they were looking for. There were at least 5 observable differences between Jennifer and the woman that they were looking for. Jennifer was 48 years old, while the warrant sought someone who was 27 years old, nearly half Jennifer's age. Jennifer is 5 inches taller than the suspect. Jennifer has fair skin, while the warrant sought someone with medium-toned skin. Jennifer has light blue-gray eyes, while the warrant sought someone with brown eyes. Jennifer has red hair, while the warrant sought someone with black hair. There were all these discrepancies between the warrant they had and the information available in the National Crime Information Center database. The names were different. The warrant was for Jennifer Del Carmen Heath, while Jennifer's name is Jennifer Heath Box. The suspect's address was an apartment in Houston, Texas, while Jennifer's address was in a different county in Richmond, Texas. They both had different social security numbers. They had different FBI numbers. At the very least, all of these discrepancies would have caused any reasonable police officer to do their basic due diligence to confirm whether the person that they were about to arrest was actually the subject of the arrest warrant.
definitely Christmas won't forget.
We're trying to make it as little as possible money, okay?
And I don't understand why this was Houston. One time I get arrested when I was in
Just do me a favor, check all over your pockets right now. To show that weight. Okay.
Go ahead, get rid of that.
Get rid of Check your back pocket, your front pocket, no little anything small. Your earrings.
I don't have any earrings.
Like you're praying.
I was feeling everything from confusion to, frustration, anger, because I knew that this was impossible to have a warrant for child endangerment. And in my mind, all I kept thinking about was I need to get home to my son because he was leaving on the 27th. And this was Christmas Eve, and this was my last Christmas that I would have all my kids together.
Okay. Oh, you good?
He told Jennifer that the birthday and the name on the warrant matched hers, but that wasn't true. The suspect's full name was Jennifer Del Carmen Heath, not Jennifer Heath Box.
It was Jennifer Edkin Box, B-O-X.
What's your middle name?
It's Heath, H-E-A-T-H.
The video footage shows that Deputy Peraza's actions go well beyond just incompetence. At one point, Deputy Peraza lied to Jennifer and told her that the information on the warrant matched her date of birth and her married name of Box. That was a lie. It did not.
With the same birthday? With the same AKA Box?
No, that's me.
Okay, well that's what we have on the warrant right now.
I'm just saying I don't have it. That's all. I'm just.
Peraza had also previously told the female deputy before he left, Deputy Jean, that he had, quote, confirmed that Jennifer was the subject of the warrant. In no way did Perez confirm anything.
The suspect was also 23 years younger, substantially shorter, had different color hair, different color eyes, different license, and different social security numbers. Despite that, Peraza still brought the wrong Jennifer to the police station.
I don't think that he was even really hearing me. And I just felt like the whole entire time I just didn't have a voice, you know, that it was just completely lost, because in his mind he had his agenda of why he's arresting me.
Was from July 20th, 2022.
Okay. I was just curious, like I said, because I know I've gotten pulled over before since then in Houston, and I haven't heard anything this year, so I'm just confused with all this. And I don't have a 16-year-old.
There's nothing about a 16-year-old in there.
All my kids are all grown, I guess is what I'm getting at.
You've had no incidences at all whatsoever
Never.
in the past couple of years?
I promise you, I'm sure you hear this a lot. Never have.
How could police think I'm 26 if I have a 30-year-old child?
Ignoring every indication that he had arrested the wrong person, Deputy Peraza brought Jennifer into the booking station at the Broward County Jail. There, more red flags were ignored. When the BSO officers booked her into the jail, a female jail officer scanned Jennifer's driver's license and informed Deputy Peraza that there were no outstanding warrants attached to Jennifer's driver's license. And this backed up what Jennifer had told officers all along, that there was no warrant for her arrest, that they had the wrong person. But being representatives of government, the officers once again ignored evidence that was very clear that they had the wrong Jennifer. Unable to admit his mistake, Deputy Peraza convinced the female jail officer that she also should ignore these red flags and all the evidence indicating that there was no probable cause to have this person incarcerated in their jail. All Deputy Peraza had to support his mistaken claim that this was the right person was that Jennifer shared 2/3 of her name with the suspect, and it turned out the suspect's mugshot appeared to look like Jennifer. Then, unbelievably, Deputy Peraza filled out an affidavit in support of Jennifer's arrest, which means under oath, and on that form, Deputy Peraza listed Jennifer's correct identifying information, even though that correct information contradicted the description of the suspect, Jennifer Del Carmen Heath, who was wanted in Texas. So they booked Jennifer into the Broward County Jail anyways. And of course, they also took Jennifer's fingerprints and mugshot. And guess what? The fingerprints did not match, obviously. Jennifer endured a traumatic Christmas in jail.
It was dirty like you would imagine. And then the strip search, you know, it's just humiliating and degrading, you know. Sorry. I mean, it was just, sorry. It was really traumatizing, you know, and that part of it, you know, just because you just felt like you weren't a human anymore.
They made her strip all of her clothes and conducted a body cavity search. They gave her a prison uniform and a blanket and put her into a cell with other female inmates. The guards were condescending and demeaning anytime she asked a question. In her first night in jail, she witnessed a fight, continuous screaming, yelling, and violence. Guards kept the jail cells ridiculously cold, so cold that the guards wore heavy coats, hats, and gloves, while the inmates, including Jennifer, were given small blankets that were not nearly enough to stay warm. She was forced to shiver all night. Eventually, she laid back to back with a stranger just to try to keep warm. Tragically, Christmas morning, Jennifer woke up in jail. She wasn't given a chance to consult with an attorney, to review the warrant, the charges against her, or to speak to any judge. While in jail, Jennifer was permitted 2 phone calls a day, which she used to communicate with her husband, Kyle, who was keeping her up to date on his efforts and her brother's efforts to get her free. On the afternoon of December 26th, her husband told her that Harris County, Texas, acknowledged her DMV photo had been placed on the suspect's warrant. About an hour later, a jail official came to Jennifer's cell and told her that Broward Sheriff's Office knew she was not the person who was wanted in Harris County. For a split second, Jennifer thought this nightmare was finally over, but her hopes were quickly crushed. She was told that despite their mistake, the only way for her to go free was if Harris County officials came to get her or arrested the correct Jennifer Heath. She was told this could take up to 30 days, if they came at all. She was devastated. Broward Sheriff's Office continued then to hold Jennifer in custody for the remainder of December 26th into the morning of December 27th, even though they now knew that she should not have ever been detained in the first place. And as a result of that, she was forced to endure another night of cold, uncomfortable, traumatizing conditions. She was finally released from custody at 9:50 a.m. on the morning of December 27th, 2022, over 75 hours after her wrongful arrest. And by that time, it was already too late to celebrate Christmas with her children, and worst of all, too late to say goodbye to her son Joshua before he left for his deployment to Japan. To this day, nearly 2 years later, Jennifer still has not had all of her 3 children together as she would have. And to date, she has never received an apology or an explanation for why the Broward Sheriff's Office mistook her for Jennifer Del Carmen Heath. When she was released, Broward Sheriff's Office personnel simply told her, hey, it happens.
While I was in jail, I had missed out on Christmas Eve. I missed out on Christmas Day with my kids. I missed out on my family time together. I took my brother away from his family on Christmas because they spent their time trying to get me out of jail. I didn't get to see my son off to the airport for him to be stationed over to Japan for the U.S. Marines. I missed out on everything. I missed out on all my family time with my kids. I missed out on having those moments, having, photos and pictures and memories. I missed out on all the opportunities.
And Broward County remains defiant. They've maintained publicly that Deputy Peraza followed the department protocols when he arrested Jennifer in the face of overwhelming evidence that he had the wrong person. Broward Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs Division reviewed the incident and confirmed that the officers followed Broward Sheriff's Office protocols and did not violate any BSO policies or practices when they detained Jennifer for over 75 hours without even confirming that she was the correct person on the warrant.
BSO sent us a statement saying they sympathize with Mrs. Box. They also say, in part, had it not been for the arrest warrant filed by the Harris County Sheriff's Office, Customs and Border Patrol would have not flagged Miss Box. BSO would have not been notified and she would not have been arrested. They go on to say, the actions of the BSO deputy involved in arresting Ms. Box were reviewed by the Broward Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs Division, and no employee misconduct was found. The matter is now closed.
And isn't that just a shame that this entire unit of internal affairs for this large county in South Florida reviewed this entire thing and they were unable to find any misconduct there? Crazy, right? Well, don't worry, because Jennifer reached out to the Institute for Justice and they agreed to take her case. If you've watched a lot of my videos, then you know who the Institute for Justice is. I have my own custom donation link for them in the description of every video. But in case you don't know, IJ is a nonprofit public interest law firm. Their mission is to end widespread abuses of government power and to secure the constitutional rights that allow all Americans to pursue their dreams. It's a national civil liberties law firm that represents everyday people free of charge when the government violates their most important constitutional rights. They win nearly 3 out of every 4 cases that they file, despite how incredibly difficult it is to litigate against our government. They very kindly put together this document called a complaint, also known as a federal civil rights lawsuit, that explains in great detail over dozens and dozens and dozens of pages exactly what misconduct occurred, who did it, when they did it, how they did it, the evidence that exists that they did it, and that also lays out why that misconduct violated Jennifer's constitutional rights. This is IJ lawyer Jared McClain, who is handling Jennifer's case.
Holding someone in jail without a good reason to believe that they've committed a crime violates the Fourth Amendment and the right to due process. Police cannot overlook obvious evidence that they have the wrong person when making an arrest. And when they do, they must be held accountable.
I just hope to hold those accountable for what they did, but also to get justice.
And basically the law is as simple as that. While a warrant to arrest somebody is a judicial determination that there's probable cause to arrest the subject of the warrant, a warrant for one person does not give probable cause to police to arrest some other person, even with a similar sounding name. When officers have reason to believe that the person that they plan to arrest is not the actual subject of the arrest warrant that they plan to execute, they must either stop and confirm that this is the correct person, or they have to abandon the arrest. BSO officers here should have realized that there was no warrant for the arrest of this Jennifer, and they should have done that before ever even confronting her and detaining her in December of 2022. All the information that the officers needed to verify that she was a different person was readily available. All of these discrepancies that we discussed already would have caused any reasonable officer to then do some basic due diligence to confirm that this is actually the right person. There's overwhelming evidence here that every government employee involved in this acted unreasonably. At best, at worst, once they found out that this was the wrong person, they ignored the truth to cover their own asses. It's fantastic that the IJ has taken up Jennifer's case, but they are a nonprofit law firm. They rely on donations. The government has a never-ending supply of your money to gaslight the public and pretend like they did nothing wrong. Whereas the IJ is funded by people from this audience, by patriots from across the country, by individual citizens who feel strongly about the fight to protect our constitutional rights. This audience has raised a lot of money for the IJ in the past, and this case is a worthy cause to continue doing that. This is a nightmare story that any one of you could find yourselves in, that your mother, that your grandmother, that your daughter could find themselves in. You can help right now to fund this litigation, to keep these IJ lawyers working around the clock to sue every government employee that was involved in this case, from Deputy Peraza all the way down to the Jane Doe jail guards that we don't even know their names yet. It's all going to take litigation, lawyers, paralegals, filing fees, depositions. It costs a lot of money to do this. Let's fill their war chest to help ensure that they win. And I'll continue following this one. And if you want to follow along, please subscribe both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. Our rights don't end where your fear begins.